Okay, so in response to a request to just explain where all of the various vacuum lines go for the M50 intake manifold conversion, I just want to run through those quickly. It really is really simple. Remember that we have got rid of the PCV system entirely from the old M54 system. So the positive crankcase ventilation system is gone. The purge canister, all of that stuff is gone. We don't need it. So in principle, there's really just two things going on underneath the intake manifold. Down at this end, and you can actually feel it if you run on it, it's pretty much underneath the intake manifold at about this point is a small, probably 3mm diameter nipple. Your fuel pressure regulator vacuum line connects onto that. So that's point number one. Second point, dead simple, is just to the left, just to the right of your throttle body, you've got the bigger nipple, and this connects onto your brake booster. So you're just taking brake boost straight off there. The third thing that you need to be aware of is we've got our idle control valve. You can't see it. It is connected directly underneath the intake manifold at about this position over here. And that in turn has got a vacuum line, probably a 20mm diameter vacuum line, which runs around and underneath and connects into one of the ports on the underside of this boot. In this case here, this is the M3 style boot, so it's got two ports. The second one has simply been plugged. Initially, we had a slightly different design. So in addition to all of that, we had also connected our catch can, our oil catch can, to vacuum. So we had, coming out of the top of the valve cover, we have our vacuum line, or our, in this case, it's actually an atmospheric pressure line running into the catch can. And then from the outlet of the catch can, we were actually drawing vacuum off the second port of the boot, and that turned out not to be a cunning plan. We were getting all manner of strange situations, which resulted in a huge amount of oil getting blasted out in this region over here. And I think it was effectively caused by massive differential pressure happening between wide open throttle and closed throttle. So as you back off the throttle, you go from a high vacuum to a zero vacuum condition, and I think we're getting big pressure pulses, which was causing a whole bunch of oil to blow out here. So we've gone for a much simpler arrangement. Oil catch can simply vents almost as if it was to atmosphere. Any positive crankcase pressure is just vented straight into the catch can, and we scavenge any nasty oil just with a little air filter, and we really don't collect a lot of oil in that, so it seems to be really quite effective, not a problem at all. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. It's dead simple, and there's very little going on underneath this intake manifold.